I'm going with my guy Nate, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog. You know, we came in here, and I love what he's doing, you know, in terms of I've been wanting to fight Jake Paul. Somebody to shut the guy up, you know. I'm just under contract, and I can't get him, you know. But I'm glad that Nate's the guy to go out there and do it, you know. If anybody could do it, it'd be Nate, you know. I've been boxing with him, and I'm telling you this, the longer the rounds go, the harder it's going to get, you know. Jake can start out hot. He lets it go anywhere past round 1, he's going to have a lot of trouble.
Do you think the size advantage is going to be something?
Man, of course. But I think that's them in the way they play the game. It's how do I say it? It's these little intangibles, you know, that's always going to favor them. And that's what he did with every fight he's fought. And it's a little bit that you don't realize, like it's a rehydration clause. It's this, you know, it's that. They do these little things. I'm the bigger fighter. I'm this. They want the advantage, but they make it seem like it's an even fight. It's really not, you know. But that's what they got to do to get them even into a fight. You know, they don't want to come straight, we weigh the same, we do this, you know. They want to go fight on a smaller guy and pick on this and that. He's not challenging an 85er, you know. He's talking about 70 guys who fight at 170. They're not 85ers. It's totally different.
Man, dude. You know, Nate does have good boxing, but it's unorthodox, and it works well for MMA, small gloves, pity-pat punches, and that range. But with boxing gloves, things are different. Timing's different. Range is a little bit different. And Jake is a big, athletic young kid. If I had to put money on it, I would put it on Jake, you know.
Do you think the size is going to be a big factor? And you know, the narrative is, right, if Jake doesn't knock Nate out, he's going to gas and Nate's going to take over. Like, do you kind of think that narrative's correct?
For sure. I mean, that could happen. It definitely could happen. I've been around both guys. Jake is a lot bigger than Nate, a lot more explosive, has the money and the amenities and to put the best people around him and really lock himself away and work on the art. He hasn't been doing it for that long, but all it takes is one punch from a guy like that, you know, that size.
I hope they knock each other the fuck out. I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't give a fuck. They wanted me to do some betting thing to get paid through sponsor, talk about the fight. I hope they knock each other the fuck out. I hope they make money doing it, and I hope that the next generation is not a bunch of pussies, that they follow the suit that I'm following, because I got a lot of these older dudes like Don Fry, Chuck Liddell that are looking to me to carry that flag and then one day pass it on, but it ain't happening any fucking time soon.
I'm gonna have to go. I don't know, man. That fool Jake Paul keeps shocking us, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Diaz on that one. I think that he's got the true dog in him, and I don't think he's gonna go out like a chump or anything like that. He's gonna go out, put on a fight. You know, he's never been KO. Well, he has actually, Josh Thompson. Yeah, but it's been a while.
Jake Paul. Jake Paul. 他拳击很好。Jake Paul. He's a legit boxer. Yeah, his boxer is good. The boxing is good. So I think Jake Paul.
Do you think he knocks Nate Diaz out?
那你觉得他能 KO 小白吗
Maybe.
Okay.
I got Diaz, man. I got Diaz. Like, I know Diaz is gonna come to fight, and he ain't gonna get tired. So it's gonna be a long night for Jake.
I'm gonna go Diaz for sure. I have to. I just love him. You know, I'm more into like those boxing matches. A lot of like fighters where people are like, oh, this is so stupid. I'm like, I watch all of them. I'm just a fight fan too. Boxing matches I love. I don't watch like regular boxing, but those type of boxing matches, I'm like, all right, let's go. We're doing a viewing party at my house. I love it, but I'm definitely going Nate Diaz.
I hope Nate.
I think it's a tough fight for Nate Diaz. I think he did his best work at 155, and I think Jake Paul's a really big fighter. So I think it's going to be a tough night for Nate Diaz. Of course, I'm rooting for Nate, but I'm going to have to go with Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's going to get it done. I would love to see Nate Diaz box him up like an old school, land 300 punches, but I just think the size advantage is going to be a little too much.
I want Nate Diaz, but I think Jake Paul.
Why is that?
Only because right now he's been putting in more work in that specific game. You know what I'm saying? In that specific field, he's been putting in a lot of work. So that's the only reason why I say Jake Paul. People think that he's just a YouTuber, but he's got some striking. But you can only be a YouTuber for so long before eventually you become a boxer.
Hopefully Nate Diaz, can put a master class on Jake Paul and get the victory.